Hello everybody, so welcome by the next video. Um, for this moment I was these days a lot of talking a lot of freedom, and I was sharing with the people what freedom means for me. And that's why this video will be about freedom and independence. Probably more freedom and independence I will see, whatever. So, we will stop talking about general way, what the soul choose to. Then we have the actual life with the chosen of parents' experiences. Then we have topic love behind us and patterns and yin and yang and balance. And now we add into this whole picture the word freedom, because it is connected to all of these topics. So let's find out how does it feels for me the word freedom. So at the first point, freedom is for me to be free from all aware and unaware patterns, what we have, what we use. So that means patterns from parents, society, whatever patterns we are using, if it is aware or unaware, that's for me part of the freedom. Second part, or other part, I don't know how many it will be, it will be freedom to live authentic. Freedom to live the whole being authentic and still loving to yourself, loving to others, be free from all dependings, what it can be around us. We are depending on our patterns, on other people, or let's say that way, if we are depending on our patterns, it is creating also dependency on other people, on other patterns, or many it is dependency in general. freedom is, or feel, is the feeling for me to live the individuality, what we can through this life. Of course, these are words what I feel in connection to the universe. So it is like the highest level of freedom for me, in my understanding. Of course, in reality, I am living with my patterns. Some of them are aware for me and some not. I have also my issues, my struggles, my past, my story, and of course, even my interpretation, what I feel, can be according to my patterns, what I'm still using, so it will be not free. And we should not forget that everything is in movement, right? So it is like development here, it is changing here. So only because now I feel it this way, that doesn't mean it will be tomorrow that way. And this flexibility is to keep it, to live it, to enjoy it, and to love it. It's also a very big part of freedom. What I feel we probably should live in connection to our authenticity, individuality, in connection to ourselves, self-love, in connection to our journey, our experiences, the people we met, which bring the experiences to us. Freedom to live my shadow parts authentically, without judgment to myself and without judgment from others, society. That's how the freedom feels for me. To have the freedom, release as much as I am aware, as much as I can, even unaware, release the masks, release the cover, what we have, what we used to. Just release it and be the loving self. We are not, or I'm not talking about the surface freedom. Oh, I can travel around the globe and this is freedom. It is freedom Definitely. Many years ago, this was not possible. It is a freedom. But if the travel pattern is for you unaware and you are following the social pattern, even you think you are free, from my point of view, because you are following the pattern, you are not free. If you are aware about yourself and you feel that your journey is heading to another country and you use the travel pattern awarely because you feel it, because you need it, according to your authenticity, then you are free. But as much as we are talking in the topic traveling, that you are following social media flow, that you are following because the society do, because you think you should, that you get recovery, that you used to travel because you have day off or holiday in work and it helps you to find out, to recover, to explore. This is still for me, according to my subjective individual awareness, still unaware, following the pattern of doing and of traveling. Yes, when we are going a little bit down, right? I was talking the pure freedom according to the universe, what I feel. Now we are going according to the word freedom to this life, what we are living. So we was born and we get some patterns from our parents and from society, and we are getting used to it, and we are a little bit lost in this whole patterns mix what we get. And like I said, some patterns are aware and some not. And even that's the funny thing, how the yin and yang, how the universe work, that even if you at the beginning, if I was following the social patterns and I was traveling unawarely, and because I saw this place, whatever inputs was there, through these experiences, I was able to get in touch from outside in to myself. That's the funny thing. So there is no pattern which will work for everyone, because we are individualities and we have the freedom to live it. So there is no judgment, only because something was working for Bill Gates, Tony Robbins, Mariah Carey. That doesn't mean it will be working for someone else. Maybe yes, maybe there will be a group of people which, if they will follow the patterns of these people, what I mentioned, and many others, they will move somewhere. That's definitely, that will happen anyway. The point is, if you are holding a pattern, even you decide to hold this pattern, and you are holding it way too far, way too hard to yourself, and you lose the flexibility to listen the inputs, it will have consequences. Because every single pattern, when we aware with freedom decide to use it because we feel the change, or we would like to try it, or we are curious to try it, then it is different situation, because you choose to use a pattern. In my case, for example, about the budgeting of money, because I was having issue with it, as I mentioned before. It was my aware decision to try. And some changes was happening. Of course, I was doing the steps with my freedom decision. Of course, I have also still my patterns, how, or feeling how some things should looks like in my life. That's why I find out that I have an issue with my financial pattern, and with my freedom I choose to change it, and I try it, and I have the freedom to adjust the pattern to myself according to my needs. So I was not way too far holding something what was unpleasant, maybe, or was not serving me according to my needs. And this is freedom. Even people can be unaware and using patterns. It can be the decision of the soul. For this life, just keep it. This is their freedom. To decide to follow the patterns from society, from family, religion, awarely or unawarely, there are no excuses. That's the free decision, or the decision of the soul. But through the journey, it can happen that it will change. And then we should keep our freedom, and we should enjoy lovingly to ourselves the freedom what we have. If we find out that some pattern, situation, people, things doesn't fit anymore, we should keep our flexibility and release these things if we feel it that way, or adjust these things for our journey that will continue. And you can see, this is why I mentioned in the beginning, the life is the big picture, even bigger, I guess, even bigger that I can see, or I'm talking to now. It can be much, much bigger, definitely. I am also on my exploring journey. So maybe tomorrow something happened and I will do another video and say, hey, this is not really what I thought yesterday or what I felt yesterday. This is where I am now, and tomorrow it can be again different. So this is how freedom, what is meant to me. And I'm working on myself, working on my awareness about the patterns I use, how I use them, how I use my body, how I use my emotions, my sensitivity, my intelligence, my language, what kind of words I use, how I choose the words I share. If I see only one part of the thing, or if I would like to see more parts of the whole. Am I loving to myself? Am I loving to other people? Am I free to love someone else? Does it feel free when I share my love with someone? That's how freedom feels for me. And on the daily basis, I'm trying to do again the doing pattern. You see how my language is already used to it. On the daily basis, I'm trying to be aware and to live, observe the patterns I use, the words I use. That's my freedom to observe myself, to love myself, and to share it. And this is something what I do on the daily basis. Not really do many things, more like be present, be free, loving, open, and the vibes are here. And the resonance showed up. And I move with the energy, what feel, what resonate. And it feels according to my mood, patterns, scares, pains, traumas, happiness, calmness. Everything is right. That's the holiness of the yin and yang. Being. being free and loving free. So, this will be my interpretation of freedom. When I will be talking about freedom, I meant this freedom. Like I mentioned, there are many things in between which are authentic according to our this life. So this freedom is, of course, more or less, it depends of a person, limited according to the patterns, belief, religions, thoughts, feelings, whatever. But it is not about others. It is about us. What we choose to allow us on our unique individual journey. If you choose to follow someone because of something, you are very welcome. And if you choose to don't go anywhere and just sit, you are very welcome. I will finish this video with a quote from Osho. I am sitting at home. It feels nice. And it is okay. If someone knock or ring by the door, it is okay. And if not, it is also okay. Thank you very much, and talk to you soon.